Look at this. Look at this. Oh, Dylan. Huh? You got Dylan here? Because y'all forget about me. Ready, right? Okay, Yahweh Shem Shabbat Kazam to the brothers, Yahweh Shem Allah Yahweh Shem Shai to the sisters. I want to go into a few things today. We gotta go over. I want to go over some of those words that General Muhammad brought in classes today. Yesterday, you mentioned the word shadow. Right, shadow is a good word too, right? Also, to make sure, because everybody out in Vegas, you know what I mean? In Vegas, you got the word food, right? Food is sometimes referred as the word eat, right? Eat, which is this penny no good. Right? This penny no good. Let's try this one right here. There's no caps more, right? All right. Food, eat, which is akal. Akal is the word for eat. All right. Kasha, come here. Kasha, hey, come here. Come. No, you gotta take him, all right? You gotta take him. Hey, who you leading like a pulling like a train, huh? Akal is where eat. Brother's good. We had them pens the last time to question mark. We put them somewhere, right?
Was that the pen?
Yeah.
Right. Leon?
I want to see one of these glasses.
What you have? Green?
All right. Okay, food is akal. You have the word bread. Bread is lakam. Right, bread is lakam. Okay, we got drink. Drink is you see two words to say drink. All right. The main one you see, or the main one I like to use is shakwa. Right? Because shakwa sounds like aqua to me. It sounds like aqua, like water. You see what I'm saying? So, you know. Another word you'll see sometimes is shata. Right? Shata is another word to say drink. If you see those words, it's talking about that. You know what I mean? Shata. You know how we like to do. You know what I mean? We like to focus on one word more than the other because you will get tripped up. And you have brothers saying, which one is the right word? Shakwa, shata, both of them. Right? But the means for communication is that you say words that if I say, you gotta understand. All right? So we need to be on unison. All right? So we're gonna use the word shakwa. All right? Mind you, one is not worse than the other one. It's just that this one sounds more unique than shata. Shata, besides shata, you have ata. Yeah, you got a lot of words that sound like that. So I'm trying to use a word that's distinctive. Right. All right. They're used in the scriptures equal amount of times everywhere, depending on certain books and empires. I ain't really looking into that, but from when I looked up the occurrences, they both, found in there hundreds of times each. All right. So there's no impartiality to it, which is better. I'm just saying that this one is more unique. All right. So, all right. You have any questions online, Quash?
Not yet, sir.
All right. Questions online, anybody, right? If you got a question online, please type them in the YouTube chat, all right? We got, is the word shadow in the praise? If it is, I think it is, right? It's in the Psalms 83 or something like that. Hey, Kasha. Kasha. Oh, you want this drink? Kasha. Hey, what's this? What's that? What's this? What's this? Whoa, what's that? Okay. See, going over some words in here is not bad neither. The shade, there you go, shade, right? Don't nothing go no soup up there, right?
The shade.
Shade, yeah, shade upon the right hand. It's right. Psalms 121. So we're gonna go to Psalms 121 right quick, right? The Lord is that shade upon thy right hand. Trying to find the real thing is Tazalka, right? Tazal should be it. There you go. All right. Shade. Shade. Shade is the root word for shadow. All right. Shade is the root word for shadow in the English, right? The Hebrew word is tazal for shade, all right? Taza, right? Sa, right? Tazal is the word for shadow. So in the scripture, it'll say Yahweh Shemarka, Yahweh Tazalka Aliyad Yamyanka. All right? So when it says, let me break it down, right? Yahweh Tazalka. Tazalka. Right? Tazalka Aliyad Yamyanka, right? Aliyad Yamyan Ka. Okay. Now, as a well, that's not a dash right there. I use the dash points to say possessives or prepositions. All right. So for Aliyad, we don't need a dash there because Aliyad is its own word. Yad is its own word, right? Yad is the word for hands. This is your hands, right? Yad is the word for hands. All right. Al is the word for over. Right? Over. Right? Yahweh is the Lord's name, as is written when you read it in the Hebrew. Right? When you read it in the Hebrew here in Psalms, it doesn't say Yah. It doesn't say Ahaya, Ashar Ahaya. It doesn't say Allah. It doesn't say, what did it say? Yehuda. It doesn't say Yehuda, Yehudi. Right? It doesn't say, it's ancient Hebrew, so, you know, according to the book, there's no vowels in the ancient Hebrew, according to the biblical Hebrew working textbook, right? From who is this from? This is from Yale University, right? The printing press at Yale University, because this is their book, right? So when you go into the book, in the book by Yale University, right? It says right here, originally only the consonants were used, right? Only the consonants, meaning there's no vowel points in the ancient alphabet, right? And there was no vowels used because only the consonants were used. All right. And it says later on, before that says the text of the Hebrew Bible we use today reflects several periods of development, right? And it's going to go on to show you what they call the period of development, meaning how did it progress into what the white man calls Hebrew today, which is the Yiddish, where they use vowels like these, right? They turn consonants into vowels. So this is a ha. This is not a vowel. This is a consonant. This is a ya. This is not an I or E. This is a consonant. A Y is a consonant in English also. A H is a consonant. This is a wa, like a W. This is a wa. It's not an O or a U. A wa is a consonant in English, right? But through the Europeans' modification, right, on their own time, on their own accord, this was never Israelites' culture, right? But they modified it and then they turned it into the Yiddish today. So the Lord's name was never Yahuwah. You could never take the writing. You could never take this and say Yahuwah. All right, that's improper because there's no vowels in the Hebrew. Yah, ha, wa, pa, Yahweh. All right, and that's the Lord's actual name. You go ask a Christian that says he knows God. You get ask that Christian, what's God's name since you know God? Because you know me, I'm a Lahab, right? But you the Christian, you know God. Oh, you know God? All right, what did God say his name is? You don't know his name, you don't know God, all right? Okay. I don't stop that, Papa. All right. We have the word tazal over here, like we had before. Tazal is shade or shadow, right? Shadow. Right? Shadow. We have the word ka. Like we have the word ka down here. Right? Ka is
Looks like
your, right? Ka is your. Right?
As a possessor.
As a possessive, right? As you're gonna see it like this all throughout the text. You know what I mean? You're hardly gonna see a thought to say you. Only in the most formal occasions are you gonna see a thought written in the text, all right? But a thought is formal, right? Ka is the everyday saying. All right, so High Holy Day, you know what I mean, or the Lord is speaking in the scriptures, he might say a thought, right? But for the most part, everything is ka. All right? Everything is ka, right? And then yamyan. Yamyan is the word for right, as contrary to the left. All right? This is right as in direction, right? So this is an excerpt from Psalms 121, right? Okay. Psalms 121. All right. We got a piece from a book right here. All right. We know that this is the book. Book. Book is also a good word too, right? Book. Book is sapar. All right. Book is sapar in the Hebrew, right?
Yeah,
Very common word. You have a question?
A quick question.
Most of them correct.
Someone asked, it says, what's the easiest way to learn and write the Assyrian Hebrew?
By practicing. It's like all things. Thank you. Right? Practicing. That's the easiest way to learn and write the Hebrew, right? Practice. Hey, I'm gonna tell you how I learned the Hebrew, right? I came to the I.S.U.P.K. I wore all black for a while, right? Can't remember how long. I don't know if it was 90 days or more. It might have been more than 90 days, right? I came in the school around March 2015, right? I believe I got my officer's test soon after. I became an officer by the end of the year, I believe. All right, by the end of the year, I was a troop for a long time. All right. I'm not sure if I didn't get my officer's test right. I didn't become a trooper right away, but when I became a trooper, right, and then you receive your officer's test, we were required to learn the Hebrew. You have to master the alphabet, meaning you gotta say it like this: Abba Gada Hawaza Katayaka Lamanasa Ikataza Kwashata. Right? Question if you could do the same, right?
Come on.
Go ahead.
Abba Gada Hawaza Katalaka. No.
Oh, you said la somewhere. You mixed it up. One more time.
Abagada Hawaza Katayaka Lamanasa Ikataza Kwashata.
There you go, right? So just like that, how we would say it, you will learn to say it by writing it down over and over and again, over and over and over again. And as you write it down, you're saying ba, ga, da. That's the easiest way to learn the Assyrian Hebrew, right? Right. That's what's required to become an officer in the school. To be an officer in the school, you have to master to write both the ancient alphabet and the Assyrian alphabet, right? And be able to read them both, write them both, right? And that's the requirement. And when you do that, you will be able to identify the sounds when you see the symbol for that says this sound, this letter means say ah. This letter says ba. This letter says ka. This letter says da. You do the same thing. Ah, ba, ga, da, right? Ha, and so forth, all right? When you see the sound, you know to make the sound of the letter, right? You see that when you see the symbol for say the sound, all right? Okay, here's another part, right? We got a book here called Who is Edom, right? This book is a book called Who is Edom. This book was once unavailable to the black man's pocket because this book a couple months ago was a couple hundreds of dollars. Right? I can't remember how much. It's just that if you kept, a couple $100 is out of my price range, so we wouldn't buy it. But this book has recently dropped down on Amazon to $18. And this book, of course, is written by a Caucasian man called Charles Wiseman. All right, Charles Wiseman. All right. And when we're reading here, it says, as the Khazars left their homeland of Khazaria, right, which is Khazar is a place in Europe, which is like a little southeast of Germany, right? They left their homeland Khazaria and became and migrated north and west. They lost their name and became known as Jews. All right? Why is that? Because they were trying to say or avoid death by saying that they're Muslim or Christians. All right? So they tried to say that they were the Jews, meaning they from the tribe of Judah, or they're rolling with the Judites, or that they're Israelites. Because Christians and Muslims both love the Israelites because both of their religions is based on our culture, because our culture was the only true way to the Most High. All right? Maybe I should read a little up first, right? Let me read a little. Let me go first so we can get some context. Okay, let's get some backdrop, right? Okay, this is page 9 of the same book called Who is Esau by a white author, all right, Charles Wiseman, right? This is page 9, and he says the legacy of Esau, Edom, right? It says here, the origin of the Jews, and he's talking about the Jewish people, right? The Jews of today fall within two main types, the Sephardic Jew and the Ashkenazi Jew. The Sephardim, which is the Sephardic Jews, are also known as Spanish Jews, right? And constitute about 5% of the Jews in the world, right? The Ashkenazim are the East European Jews, which were found in Poland, Russia, Germany, and Western Asia, right? So this is the Jews that we know about here in New York, the ones that are in Brooklyn, right? The one that went down into the Palestine, right, by the ways of ships from across the Mediterranean in the 1940s, right, by the permission of the British Empire, right? Other Edomites, right, is how they were permitted to get back into the land as the so-called Middle East, right? These Jewish people were from Poland, Russia, Germany, and Western Asia. Western Asia, right? Right? Western Asia mean like what's the places in Asia, right? Asia. Okay, when they say Asia, think everything from the Middle East. The word East means Asia. Asia is the word which means East or the Orient, all right? So think of what's that place that Borat is from, man? Borat. Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan, right? Is it Kazakhstan? Yeah, I think it's Kazakhstan. Now, someone get me right online, all right? But those are the places where they mean Asia, right? And West now, West meaning the Middle East, all right? West is okay. You have the word West, right? You know what direction West is, right? Asia means East. So what they're saying is East and West, which is the middle. That's why they call it the Middle East. All right. So Western Asia will be these areas that's around the Middle East. All right. Kazakhstan and gosh, man, probably Turkey even also. Right. That's Western Asia. Bulgaria. Those places are over there. That's right there in the Middle East, right? But more westwards. All right. This group of Jews make up 90% of the so-called Jews in the world because these are the people that have taken on the claim of the identity, which is ours, right? And when it says Spanish Jews, that Spanish Jews supposed to be in us, right? We were the people that was converted to Roman Catholicism in the Spanish Inquisition. And if you rejected it, they carried you on slave ships to be carried to America, where they were torturing and forcing to be Catholics in the Americas, because they couldn't do it in public in Spain, all right? Until there's a decree by one of them bastard Catholic priests who was ruling over us at the time. I can't remember the name, right? It was one of these common names that everyone got today. I can't remember the name, right? All right, so that's who those are, right? Hold on. The original Jewish encyclopedia of 1905, right? So look for Jewish encyclopedias of 1905. Revealed that the main stock of the Jewish people came from this Asiatic people known as Khazars or Khazars. All right. And you see how they wrote it too, right? They wrote it like that because they're trying to say this is the Ka in the ancient Hebrew, right? Because this was our Hebrew was the original language. All right. So when you see us write CHAA, it's because of this phenomenon right here in the literatures. All right. Okay. The Khazars were a nomadic people who had no traces of Hebraic culture, meaning they were not as the Israelites. They had no trace or no form or culture related to the Israelites. They had been following a pagan and sex-oriented religion until they had officially embraced Judaism in 1740. Right. So their culture before that was worshiping, trees and whatever religion was around. The Lord said that he's a vagabond in the earth. So he worships whatever religion's around. He would have been Christian and Muslim if the Christendom and the Adamah were not fighting. If they had no need to pretend to be Israelites at the time for their own benefit, they just wouldn't have. All right, they would have remained within a pagan and sex-oriented religion because that's where they were free to be pagans and freaks. All right. What's that scripture again in where it says he's the most profane? All right. I think it's in Hebrews, right? The book of Hebrews. All right. And it was until 1740 AD, right? 700 years after Christ died, 700 years after Christ died, right? These Caucasian people start coming up talking about they Jewish, while rejecting Christianity and Mohammedanism. What is that? That is your jihad Muslim religion. right? They were avoiding Christianity and Mohammedanism because they were at war, and they wanted to be in the middle to benefit from both religions as bankers for both sides, as loan sharks for both sides, right? Right? Let's carry on, all right? Hebrews, so read it. You got it?
Lest there be any fornicator.
So this is we're in Hebrews 12 and 16, right? Go ahead.
Lest there be any fornicator or profane person
Uh-huh.
as Esau.
Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as who?
As Esau.
As Esau. And what this white man in this who is the author of this book called Charles Wiseman is saying, he's saying that these Jewish people are from Esau. That's what he's saying. He's saying that they are Edomites. That's their own Caucasian confession. That's the big CC, the Caucasian confession. All right, all right, and this is what they confess. All right, that the Jewish people were from sex-oriented religions. You see what I'm saying? They will suck on a baby's penis, talking about they circumcising the baby. They will do that because they are a bunch of freaks.
Right.
All right. Okay.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
So they like babies like when they first born, right?
At 8 days old.
Oh, 8 days old they get circumcised.
According to the Bible, 8 days old they get circumcised. So the Caucasian white man that says, "Oh, he's Jewish," the Bible says 8 days, so the baby has 8 days, and he puts his mouth on that young man's thing, and that's a young man, all right. That young boy. The Bible calls him a man child. All right, they're not boys; they are men. Right? Your priest in your Roman Catholic Church use that to say he's not a man, so they're not gay. That's why they're molesting all them boys in there. When the Bible calls Jesus Christ when he was born a man child. All right? Because they are men. They are men in training. All right? Men in training meaning what? They are training to be men. Why? Because they are men. Just like when you go on the job, you go on orientation, right? You're training to be an employee, but guess what? You are being paid as an employee because you are an employee. The first day you sign up. All right? Good. As the Khazars, these people that this white man said that these Jewish people are the Khazars left their homeland of Khazaria, migrated north and west. They lost their name and became known as the Jews because they were running around saying they're the Jews for their own protection. Christian man come and say, "Who are you? Who art thou? What religion are you?" What he gonna say? He's a Jew, right? The who? The Mohammedans, the Muslims, right? Rolling with the Moors and the Ottoman Empire, right? Because we are not Muslims and we are not Moors, right? Because that's just a religion, right? They go say, what do they say? Salam alaikum. Who the hell are you in Arabic language, right? And they go say he's a Jew. Okay, pass on by. These are holy people. Pass on by. You know what I mean? And they've been getting away with it for so long until now, everybody just call them the Jews, right? And then what the early Christians and the Mohammedans, they die off, new children are born, and all they see is Jews with curly hair falling down on the side of the hair with the dumb hat that they're wearing all black. So now the young children who don't know no better, who are Christian and Muslim, they just accept them as Jews because they just know them to be Jews from the day they were born, right? Nobody knows the truth, all right, because of these imposters, right? The Yiddish language. Now, mind you, the Jewish man gonna say his language is not Yiddish. He gonna say the Yiddish is some German language. You see what I'm saying? This white man here, right, who apparently, or reading here, he has a very good education. Right? He's breaking down history. He's breaking down European history at that. You know, European history is the height of all white schools in America. You know what I mean? And what he's saying here is he's giving times and dates of everything, the people and their location and all of that. You know what I mean? He's an educated man. He calls their language the Yiddish language. The Yehuda, the Yehudi, the Boker Tov, the Shalom with the O in there. Right? That's Yiddish language, right? The Yiddish language and alphabet, meaning when they put the vowels in the alphabet to say the ha, where's that page I had again? Right? So like, yeah, just so, right? Back up, this is white people. This is both white books. Say we ain't make this up. You know what I mean? You gotta blame the white man for this. You know what I mean? He's talking about, when he say the alphabet, he's talking about when they turn the ha into an A, and the ya into an I and an E, and the wa into an O and U. That's what he means by the Yiddish alphabet, all right? Because in the Hebrew alphabet, that ha is a ha. It's not an A, right? The wa is a wa. It's not an O or U or none. Ain't no vowels. All right. So the Yiddish language and alphabet is not that of the Israelites. It's not the same Hebrew of Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Ephraim, Zebulun, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, Issachar, and Dan, man. It's not the same. It's not the same. Right? And this is a white man saying this. You see what I'm saying? Why do I bring this up? Because I've come across Israelites, right, who believe, they believe in the Ben Ami, the Robert Cherries, right? They believe that the Jewish man had the culture of the Jews. So to be an Israelite, they have to follow back and get the culture back from the Jewish man, which is wrong. How do I know it's wrong? This white man in this book right here is telling you right here. This white man right here is saying the language that the Jewish man has is what is not that of the Israelites. The Phoenician, where's the Phoenicia at? Phoenicia was what they called our language when the Canaanites was rolling with our language because they was living around us. Right? And the Greek. Why? Because the Israelites was enslaved in Greece, in Thessalonica. You heard this before, Old Testament Israelites? Slovakia, right? I'm sure you Old Testament Israelites heard this before. Thessalonica, Colossians, Ephesians, right? Romans, right? What's the other books? Colossians, Corinthians. God damn, Corinthians. Titus, right? Ephesians, right? God damn, man, because we were enslaved or in captivity in the Greek islands, right? And the New Testament is the book where we can read about how our captivity was in the Greek islands, in the Greek captivity, the Greek and Roman captivity, right? So with the Phoenician Greek style, the same way how we come to America now, you got uppity Negroes speaking that good old white American English. They go to schools like what? What school they go to? They go to Yale. You know what I mean? They come with that Obama talk. You know what I mean? They come with that good old English. You know what I mean? That affidavit English. You know what I mean? Right? But what's the Jewish man's language of? The Jewish man's language is an amalgamation of Aramaic, medieval German, Slovak, and Russian dialects. Right? Right? Huh? A heathen salad, good night. You know what I'm saying? And that's where your Yiddish sounds like that. Sounds so strange. You know what I mean? Broken tough, Geber, Shimosh. I mean, come on now. All right? Good, right? Is there any more in here? The best historical evidence, therefore, shows that the Jewish people are not descended directly from the Israelites. So who is? Right? Of the Bible. The Israelites of the Bible. Key thing to note. Why Christians act like Israelites of the Bible ain't nothing. Meanwhile, we are them. If it's not us, then who? Because it ain't him. Right? But derive much of their ancestry from the Khazars and other people of Turkish Asiatic blood, which just means Caucasian. All right? Hold on. The Khazars are also of Edomite stock. We didn't make this up. People say, oh, the white man is not an Edomite. Says who? Not according to this white man. This white man is saying, yes, it's us, it's him. You see what I'm saying? Okay. and both stocks make up the present-day Jews. As the historian H.G. Wells, another white man, another meaning. What does the Bible say? Give me the scripture. Give me the law by Yahweh Shai about two witnesses. All right, so we got two witnesses now. We got Charles Wiseman and we got H.G. Wells. Right? States the Idumeans, Edomites. But what they're saying, the Edomites are the Idumeans. The Idumeans became the Greek and Romans, right? Were made Jews. And the Turkish people, Khazars, were mainly Jews in South Russia. The main part of Jewry never was in Judea and had never come out of Judea, meaning Jewry meaning the Jewish people. They didn't come from the land, right? That's what they're saying. You see what I'm saying? What is he saying? Those same Jewish people walking around, right, are the same people who came through and conquered Judea. Meaning what? The Jewish people today were the Romans. That's what it goes back down to. Right? The Romans who came and demolished our empire in Judea, right? The man who came and conquered you later left and called himself a Jew in other places for his own benefit. You see what I'm saying? That's the kind of man you're dealing with. And we're supposed to go to a synagogue with him. Abba Bivens was right to leave them bastards, man. He was right. Abba Bivens was absolutely right to walk away from brothers who thought that they should be together in Judaism with the Jewish white man. Abba Bivens was absolutely correct. How do we know that? White man is telling us, Charles Wiseman and H.G. Wells. Right. Please, when you're ready.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17 and verse 6. At the mouth of two witnesses or three witnesses shall he that is worthy of death be put to death.
Right. So at the mouth of two or three witnesses, we got two witnesses right here. Right. So when you hear anything outside of that, put that to death. All right. You believe that Esau is not the white man. Esau is the Arabs. Put that to death. All right. You believe that we should learn the Jewish man's language. Put that to death. All right. Read it again.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17 and verse 6. At the mouth of two witnesses or three witnesses shall he that is worthy of death be put to death.
Right. So put all the liars to death. All right. Okay. Yes.
Two questions from Officer Mashama Ayash.
Okay.
So Salaki, sir, how do I say Jew in the Hebrew? And we wanted to know what page of the book that was Jew reading.
That was page 9 of the book, Who is Esau? Right, we're gonna work on getting that book. If you want that, you need that book. You need that book, all right? So talk to me after this weekend, all right? We're gonna work on getting that book there, all right? Okay. We want the numbers. Right, we want the numbers. Did we go over numbers last week? Oh, we go over numbers last week, right? We're gonna go over numbers right now, right? 1, Akkad. All right, Akkad. 2, Shania. Shania. 3, Shalah. 4, Arabai. Arabai. All right, Arabai. But I don't want you to say I want you to say Arabai. Arabai, all right? Right? 5, according to the cognate languages, this should be Kamsha. Right? Kamsha. I know we had it as Kamash before, right? But for when I'm researching, because of this book right here, we got the book here now, right? I think you wrote it last week too, right? Cognate languages, right? The scripture says prove all things. Oh, we're getting the word. We're gonna get the word for Jews. Lucky. He's like, yo, you just dodged my question, nigga.
I said Jew, not two.
Oh, damn. Give me 1 second, all right? Okay, cognate. Words in different languages which are derived from a common original or cognates, right? Meaning they're gonna have the similar sounds, all right? As an example, Hebrew, Abba, Phoenician, Abba, right? Sabian, who knows how those sound? Ab, right? Aramaic, Abaha, Greek, Abba, right? That's why it says, that's why the other book says the Phoenician Greek style, because the Greek had our words in there, because it was that time was so much closer to when we had strong influence in the earth, right? Old English, Abad. French, good night. French is Abe. Assyria, Abu, right? Meaning what? There's clues to how these words sound, right? So, according to the Arabic, there's some, let me see if I can get the Arabic numbers up. I might gotta dig deep for that one. Yeah, that's long. That was months ago. Let me see if I can Google it right quick. Yes, Kashan. Bear me 1 second, y'all, right? Don't forget questions in the chat. Kashan, hold on. Yo, mama, look, drink. Drink is what? Shakwa. Okay. Arabic numbers. Okay. I'm not getting the thing I need. Pronunciation. There we go. Okay. Arabic numbers. That's pronounced. Mama. I'm not Mama, I'm Dada. Mama's right there. Look. You can't find Mama? Mama right here, look. Look at that, look. Mama right here. Look at that. Ooh, look at her. He's like, okay. Arabic to English. Numbers. No. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go, right? This is the Arabic numbers, right? Now, in a sense, a lot of them are very, very different because this is a different language, right? Can you see this clearly? Right? Now, there are some where the flow is going to give you a clue of how to pronounce it, right? And based on how it's pronounced, it's going to signify to us where do we put the connectors at to pronounce the word properly, right? So this one says wahed, which is supposed in ours is a card, right? They got Efnan and we have Shania, right? They have Thalata. So really for us, it should be, according to the sounds, it would be Shalasha. All right? They have for 4. Oh, it's better like that, right? For 4, they have Arba'a. We have Rabbi, right? Hold on. Arba'a. Arba'i. Hold on. R, R, R by I. All right, R by I. All right. They have what? Kamsa for 5. So we have Kamsha. They have Seta for 6. We have Shasha for 6. All right. Sha, Shasha. Good.
I'm lost.
Hmm?
I'm lost.
You're lost?
That's how you're supposed to say. That's how you're supposed to say.
Well, we're reading in the Hebrew textbook, right? The biblical Hebrew textbook, right? What they're saying is the cognate languages give you clues on how to say, how to pronounce it. So to get the numbers, right? All we have really is the Hebrew, right, which will be Akkad, right? Akkad, Shanya, Shalash, right? Ra, Ara, Bai, right? And then we have Kamash. What we would have as Kamash, right? Shasha, right? Shabai, right? Shabai, what's after that? Shamana, right? Shamana, Shamana, right? Make some room down here. I'm sure everybody's done with this down here. Just exit we have from Psalms 121. Right? And here's what I like about this. I don't hear nobody saying this. So that's what I like about this right here. Ain't nobody saying this. Right? Because what I mean by nobody, you don't hear no fake Israelite saying this, you don't hear no Jewish man saying this, right? But this is according to the biblical and Hebrew textbook, right? Right? Shasha, Shabai, my God, is too close, right?
Yeah.
All right. Shamana, Shamana. Right? So one time we was writing Shamawana, right, which is too long, as everything that is a name has to be functional, right? So it has to be within the proper vowel allotment, or not the vowel allotment, the proper syllable allotments, right? For a functioning language, right? Sashai, right? Sashai, and then for 10, we have Aishara, right? And there's no ha at the end of Aishara, right? Just like there's Aishara here, there can be a ah here and a ah here in other places, right? So now we write them out. Let me spread these out a little better, right? This is here. This is here. So let me adjust these. Right, we have Shasha. We have what? Shabai. Kasha, me board. Me board. With a toy. Where's Dylan? Give him Dylan. Right?
It's armadillo.
Armadillo. There you go. So, excuse me. Sorry. PJ Masks. Huh? Shama. Right? Shai. Shai. And then we have Ra. Right? Good. Now, right? The pronunciation of all of these will go according to what?
The cognate language.
The who?
The cognate language.
Yeah, but think of you within your own land. You're born and raised. Your mom and dad didn't teach you how to read and write. But then you come across with Abba, God, Hawala. You learn the alphabet. You're reading these. How do you pronounce them?
As individual sounds.
Okay, so now you say them as individual sounds, which is right, which is what all students in Lashawan Qadash do, right? So even as why some brothers will get names in here and their names will be too long, because their name could be shortened with connectors, right? So you're in the Sabbath service, right? The Qadars rule the world, the Jewish white man, right? Hey, off the floor, get up, right? So now there's no connectors when you read the Assyrian Hebrew in the Torah or the Tanakh, right? No, get the mama, right? So now in there is what they call the Gesh system. They have little dots and dashes around it and underneath it, and there's no connectors. So how do I say it? The usual Lashawan Qadash student would just say Akada, Sha Ya, Sha La Sha, Arabai, Ta Ma Sha, Sha Sha, Sha Ba I, Sha Ma Wa Na, right? Wa Ya Amara, and he said Yahawaha La, and he said La Mashaha, right? That's how they're gonna read it. Waya Amar Yahweh La Masha, right? And the Lord said to Moses, right? So they're not saying it in language form. Right. They're saying it in alphabet form. Right? It's no different than you go to school you go to kindergarten, right? And then you see a word and you say computer, right? And you don't know what to read, so they say computer. You see what I'm saying? Because you don't know what to read. But then when you get the flow of the language now, right? You will learn that you dissect it like this: com, and then pute and a right? So for us now, right? We could either say with the connected system, you could either say shab I, or you could say shabai, right? Shabai or shabai. That's why I changed this here because it's shabai. It's not shabai, right? So brothers ask me, why do I change the I's and not put A's there and do put A's there sometimes? Because we have a connector system, right? So the frowny face connector means that you say the whole sound of the word. When it's connected in a smiley face like this, meaning these two words are connected, you drop the A sound of the last one, where this is the I, this will have none effect here. But it's to say that it's by. To say that it's not shabai, but shabai. Right? How does that go again? You have sha, right? But if I join them together now, right? If I join them together, the R sound falls off the second letter, right? They're not letters, they're characters, but for your sake, letters, all right? So if you drop off the R sound, sha will become shush, all right? In which case it's not shush. Shush means I believe it means silk or something like that. Silk. Also, the cloth belt that they would wear was called a shush, or how we get the word today, sachet. All right. So this is a sha. All right. So you get what I'm saying now. Right. So now, according to the rules of cognates, according to the biblical Hebrew and textbook, right, which is the curriculum in the UPK, which we have to go according to, right? Not your cheapest book around. By the way, it is a book from Yale, so it's not gonna be the cheapest. It's not gonna be your $5, $10, $20 book, right? I advise you to out there to buy one of these, get the used one, right? Get a used one that's in a good condition, all right? And one more time, we're gonna get the definition for cognates, right? And it says here, words in different languages which are derived from a common original or cognates. And here are the examples: Abba, 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 Abad, Abe, Abu, right? So this is giving you clues to the sounds of what would be the illusion of vowels, right? Meaning what? Never once is this Ab. You don't see Ab here or Ab here, but we see Abba, right? Even when it goes to Abe, right? It never says Ab. Meaning what? There's a clue that it has to have another vowel sound behind it. Even Abu, another vowel sound behind it. Even though in the Old English, they put the D there at the end. But there's never Abd. It's Abad. All right? So that's a clue to how we should place the sounds of vowels. Right? Because in English, we born in English students in America. So we're familiar with A's and I's. So we have to use the A's and I's in accordance. Right? So where would these sounds of the A's and I's go with these? We have to use cognate languages for the clues.
Right.
Yeah.
So number 3 and number 4, right?
Right.
So the connector, and you would have to change the connectors on Shalash as well, right?
On Shalat, yes. We'd have to change the connectors on all places where we see it's needed to change.
Right.
All right. So Shalash is what, number 3, right? How does the Arab man say 3? Tha la tha. Man, you know, Arabic comes from Hebrew. Our one is the root, because the book says, right? Hold on. Let me save these pages here, because these are good pages here. Right? There's a paper in there supposed to fall out. Where's that paper at? It's not falling out when I need it to. All right, no problem, right? This is cognates is page 345 out there, right? Can you see this? Right, 345 is the page about cognates. All right. Of course, there's another part about cognates which I need to get, which we're obviously not going to find now. I would like to find, right? Or maybe another time, right? Maybe another time. Yeah, another time, right? So now, in terms of the Arabic, right? We go back to page 3, right? The alphabet is the oldest in the world, still in use today. Our own alphabet is a descendant of it by a circuitous root. Also, the Arabic language is a descendant of it. All language is a descendant of it. Why? Because Hebrew is the oldest in the world. The Hebrew alphabet is the oldest in the world. All right? All languages come from this language here. All right? So the Arabic comes from this language here, right? And they have numbers too, right? Except what? Their numbers come from ours, right? We gotta stop all this crap about we from Africa, we from here, and we from there, and we from the Moors, and we from the this, and we from the Moabites. Nigga, we are the first. We are the parent race, even though we're the youngest, because we're the children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The youngest of me, we were the youngest to become a civilization, right? Meaning we were the latest. But our forefathers' culture and heritage and bloodline is the first. And all races of people are break off from our family tree. We are the parent race. You see, our way is the first. Our way is the first way where you can live and not die. Right? Other races go off and have silly languages like this, Arabic, right? And go have a silly lifestyle, which is your Caucasian and Chinese and African lifestyles, where you get all the diseases and lives. All right? No sweat. But using this now to trace our root back, because remember now it said from a circuitous root, right? Our language is the oldest in the earth today, right? and by today's Hebrew, right? And this will be a form of the Arabics are Hebrew people. They descend from Hebrew. All right, and by a circuitous route, you can trace your way back to how our language sounds. All right, so Thalatha, right? The sound Thalatha. You put that in Shalasha. So you get the sound and you plug it in with the word here, right? So we have Thalatha. We have Thalatha. You plug it in. Thalatha. Shalasha. All right? Shalasha. All right? All right? That's right. So we have Shana, we have Shanaya, we have Akkad, right? We have what else we have here? So number 4 now. Yeah. Number 4 now we have Arba'a. Yeah. Oh, here. Thank you. Thank you. Right here. Thank you. All right. Arba'a. Right. Arba'a. Right. So now we have Arabai. How do I pronounce it? Do I say Arabai? How do I know it's Arabai? I don't, right? So I need clues. I need to trace back. I need to hear what the other people that was around my people were saying back in the day, right? Some of them still say it today. So I get the clues. We have Arba'a. We don't say Arba'a because we have an I and R's, right? So we have R, right? Ba, R, Arba'i, right? Arba'i. I didn't say Arba'i, but Arba'i. Okay. What else do we have here? We have in Arabic we have the Khamsha, right? And here we have a Hebrew word for the number 5. Ka, Masha, right? So I plug in the syllable sounds. We have Kam, Sha. Now I have Kam, Ma, Sha. So do I say Kamash? How do I know it's Kamash? First of all, these are not words, these are numbers, right? There's no object called a Kamasha. There's no object called a Sha. There's a Shash, but there's no Sha. You see what I'm saying? So I'm making a difference between the two, right? So now plug it in. Kamsha. Kam. Sha. All right? Kamsha. All right? What's next we have here? We have the 6, which is Seta. Right? Seta. So we have 2 shas here. Do I say shush? I don't know if I say shush. Now here's the thing. With other things, you have the same, you always drop the R on the last figure, the last letter, right? But these are not words like those. This is not the same rules with the regular words. When I say a number, you're going to know I'm saying a number because it's not going to sound like anything else I'm saying. There's a distinction. All right? All right? So now seta, plug it in. Seta. But we don't say seta. We have a sha here. We have 2 shas here. So seta, sha. All right? What's next here? For 7. Right? For 7, they have saba'a. Right? Saba'a. Right? Saba'a. Right? We don't have that. We have Shaba'i. All right? Shaba'i. Right? Shaba'i. Okay? For 8, what do the Arabs have for 8? They have Thamaniya. Right? Thamaniya. All right? Let's count the syllables. Tha, ma, ne, ya. 4 syllables. Right? Tha, ma, ne, ya. Right? Here's the thing now. Right? They have nothing between the ma and the na. We have a wa there. So how do we get the same syllable sounds for the major sounds of the consonants here? You have a tha, ma, na, and a ya. So now they have a similar sound, meaning that their thing is tha, ma, right? Ma. Slakia. Tha, ma, and then we have the na over here. Na, ne, ya. Right? So they have something added on the end after their na. For us, it will just be the na. Right? But we have for our shah, they have a tha. And that was before too. Before they had the for number 3, right?
Yeah.
They had the right, they had the tha, la, tha, right? Right? That's what they have there, right? Is there another one? There's that one, right? So we plug it in, right? So Thamania, we can have a Shamawana. Maybe we could. I don't know. But I'm trying to plug it in best as we could, functional. Right. Unless someone has a dispute, then we bring the dispute up in the council, and between 2 and 2, when 2 or more are gathered in my name, there I am, and then correction will be there. Now this is, of course, this will be considered a theory, right? This might not be 100% right, but we're just going according to the clues in the books, as is the ways of One West. Right. All right? So plug it in. Thamania, Shamana, ha, right? Shamana, right? Sha, ma. We could do Shamana, ha. Shamana, ha. Oh no, they got a H on the end of theirs too. It's a bit, huh? This is a ya, but they still got a H on the end. Right? So it's a bit sticky there. Right? So now we'll just put the Shamana. All right? What's next? We have for 9, you have Tesa'a. Right? That's what they have for 9. Tesa'a. Right? And look at this now. For number 10, they have Ashara. Ashara. Ashara, right? Right? So Tesa'a and Ashara. Te, that te became our thought. Right? So Tesa'a is Sha'ai. Right? Sa Sha'ai. Right? And for they had Ashara, we have I Shara. That's why from the day we came into school, we had never heard of an Ishar before. I never heard that. You know what I mean? And the school was right to never ever say Ishar. You see what I'm saying? You say at the end of any of your announcements, your ties was what? Ma'ishara in the Hebrew. Right? Ishara. Da. Hey. Look here. Hey, come here. Hey. Da. Hey, look here. Da. Hey, come here. Look here. Up. Da. Hey. Look here. Hey, come here. Oh, hey, no. Look here. Da. Hey, look here. Hey, no. Hey, da. All right? Yeah. Okay?
It's a lot.
Okay. What's next?
Put it down.
Hey. Da. Kasham. Dada. Dada. Kasham. Dada. I'm not Nana neither. Nana is upstate, right? Dada. Dada. All right. All right. All right. So that's the numbers. That's the numbers over there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any questions online?
Yeah.
Lashawan, come here. Look.
Oh, we need to get the Jew, right? The Jew is supposed to be something like Yahawadiah. I mean, that's a good way too, to say how they would say all the tribes. All right, that's the numbers. The word 20. Let's get the word 20. 20 is I-Sharayam. I-Sharayam. All right. 30 is Shalashayam. Shalashayam. Right? Shalashayam. Right? And it goes on. From that, it goes on. Arabayim. 40 is Arabayim. Arabayim. Right? And goes on to what? 100. 100 is Ma'ah. Ma'ah with 2 H's on the end. No, not 2 H's. It's Ma, Ah, and a Ha. Right? So it's like this. Ma, Ah, and then a Ha. Ma'ah. Right? Will I be checking that later on in Arabic? Yes, I will. I'm going to check everything, all right? That thing is dirty as hell. Make sure you wash his hand twice, all right? Okay? 1,000. 1,000, you've heard this before. Right? 1,000 is Lawak. Right? Lawak is the word for 1,000. Right? That's the word for 1,000, right? Alawak. Based on the word cow. Cow is alak. Yeah. Back on the word. Cow is alak. Alright? Cow is alak. Alright? Meaning what? We would turn one cow into many cows. Right. That's the whole idea. Alawak. They're cowing. We cowing up out here. It's like an ancient way of black talk. You know what I mean? Like say, yo, y'all niggas deep. You know what I mean? Yeah, y'all niggas real heavy. You know what I mean? We cowing up out here. If we was a free people, we was more exposed to cows, rather than being cooped up in private buildings, we would have terms like that. You know what I mean? Growing up, it'll be like an old term. Something your granddad would say, y'all cowing up. You have all kind of other, black talk that we would have if we were exposed to a different environment. All right? Okay.
What's the other?
After the numbers, I'm going to get all the tribes.
All right, that's
Benjamin, Judite, Asherite, everything, really everything, right?
What's the reason why they don't use Shanya?
It's just I gotta go according to what I see. Right? So Aishra is 10. Right? Aishra is 10 plural. Right? So 2 tens. Hey, come, hush, come, hush, come here. Yeah, she's in the bathroom, all right?
There's a question online as well.
Okay. Also, I need to get the all of the teams, so we don't have to do all of the teams. All right. She's gonna come out soon. She's washing. She's using the bathroom, man. Come on, man. There's a woman in there. You gotta relax. What's the question?
It says, what do Hebrews mean when they say Alawat Panya.
Okay. Let me write that down, all right? By the way, Hebrew is a language, right? I know what you mean, right? That's like slang, which is Torah, you know what I mean? Right, so Alawat now is our word to say chief. All right, that's in the scripture, right? Alawat is our way of now saying general. All right, general. Hey. Right? General, right? General is Alawat is our way of saying general. All right? Panya is to say on deck, right? The basis is that, okay, pan is the word for face. Right? Pan is a word to say face. Alright? Ya is a word to say my. Right? Right? But in the scriptures, the slang in English is different. Right? When you see this, and in the English, it will say on deck in the King James Version. Right? That's something that the school got out of the Bible. All right? So the on deck came from the term panya. And panya is used in many different ways. Because you have the word before me, you know what I mean? Before me, or, you know, forward. The word is always la panya. La panya is a common, la panya. Right? It's a common phrase you're going to see in the scriptures, la panya. And this is going to be, it's going to be used as forward. Of course, you have the Qadash, right? But sometimes it's forward, face forward. Sometimes it'll be what's the other one? Before me. When the Lord says things are before me, he's gonna use the term lapanya. All right?
I'm crying.
Right? And the lie is two.
No man, no cry.
Right? Lie is two. Lie is the preposition to say two. Lapanya. So to my face. To my face. Panya's face, all right? Okay. But just think of anything where you face forward, or you're gonna see the panya, and it's gonna be the exact same thing that's in there, right? But it's not gonna be clear, but you gotta try to just picture Israelite talking, like you said, a Hebrew talking, right? Right. So panya is a slang to say on deck in the King James Version, right? Alawat panya, general on deck. Okay. Okay. Before we get too far, I want to do the teams. All right. Hopefully everyone wrote this down already. If not, you're gonna rewind. As a matter of fact, I should just fill them in when it was at, right? Yeah, let me not erase them. All right. Let me get the file up properly. I'm sure that's be the same. It should be like a card Aisha. That's like that, right?
Yeah, just the one that didn't check.
Okay. Okay. Right, so let me put them back then.
Oh no. Keep that first.
What's the right? Shalashan, ancient. Shalasha. Shania. Shania. One we have a card. Okay. Okay. So now you're looking at this now. You're writing it out in English, right? You want to turn these into the teens. What do we do? Right? You put a 1 here, right? So we're doubling them up now, right? It's not like in English where you'll say 15, 14, 16. It's more like teen 4, right? Teen 4, 5th, teen 5th, teen 6. All right. So for us, it's instead of Aishara Akkad, it's Akkad Aishara. All right, that's 11. Shanya Aishara. Right, that's 12. Right, 13 Aishara. Right.
Now think about it. They it's the same way. It's double. Because you know in English we say 14. The team will represent 10.
Exactly.
So
so that's a good way of looking at it too. You see what I'm saying? Absolutely. Except we're writing it like this.
Right.
But then we say it like this.
Right.
13. Right. 14. Right. Teen just means 10. Right. 5 or 15. Right. Kamsha Aishara. Right. Shasha Aishara. 16. Right. Fire. Right, all the way down, right? Shabai Aishara. Right? Shamana Aishara. Right? Tashai Aishara. You have a cousin name like that? What's the name? Tashai? Yeah. Right? And then Aishara, or then it's Aishara. Because now Aishara is 10. Right? 10 plural, 10 plus 10, right? Equals 20. Right? 20 is Aishara Yam. Right? And by the way, plus is a good word too. Plus is Yasap. Right? Yasap. As to where you get the word Yawasap.
Right.
Yawasap, which is Joseph. Right? Good, right? Adding to the Lord. That's Joseph Yahweh's name. Add on to the Lord, right? All right? What you doing?
Wiping his mouth come off.
Oh, okay. You look like a tissue, huh? That's what you're saying? Okay, class.
Because he's saying I'm not doing the fast enough for him.
Oh, damn. Okay. How much time we got? We're gonna get the tribes now. Let's get the tribes.
Come on, open the door.
Okay. Let me know if I could everyone online out there. Everyone who's watching online, right? Who's serious about Israelite culture and being an Israelite in culture. You know what I mean? Make sure that you write this down, man. Take notes. All right? You will forget next week. I will ask you next week, and when I say next week, you're gonna be like, oh, I don't remember it. All right? Because you're not supposed to remember it if you don't take notes. Right. That's not how the Lord made us. Like we just computers. You just install something, it's there. Like your phone. You go to Google Play Store and download numbers they just did, like the Matrix.
This is what I'm saying.
You go to the Matrix, they plug it in. I know it. You lay back in the thing. Or they're talking Chinese and stuff. You download Chinese like on the phone. You got the settings. You can download Chinese, the Chinese settings. You know what I mean? It's not like that. You have to practice, right? The Lord said, prove a friend.
Right.
If you're a friend to the culture, we're gonna see whether you practice these things or not.
Right.
Whether you practice these laws, whether you practice these numbers, practice these alphabets. All right. Okay. So we're gonna get some tribes on here. Okay. They spell in English. They spell Judah. It's funny. I'm gonna say Judahite.
So you Judah,
Huh?
Judah,
Yeah, right. Good. We got everything except what we need. I put it in there, but that's a shortcut. I'm getting everything here. I'm getting Canaanite, Hittite, everything. Perizzite, Ishmaelite, Midianite, Adulamite, Canaanite. I've been dying to do a class where we break down all these nations too and their meanings. Hivites, Amorites, Perizzites, Jebusites, Levites. Okay, we found a Levite. Levite is one number 3, right? Okay. Lawyer. And the word goes after like this too. Where they have the yarn there, they mostly go after that kind of manner. All right.
So like I said,
Come.
you looking for we're looking for the word Levite?
We're looking for the word we get all the ites.
All right, so you want to put it as the ites.
Come. So Israelite. Israelite. Israelite is like so. Yashar right? So a lot of times the ites would just be the ya at the end.
Right.
All right? And this is no different than saying IA in any country today. Germany, Britain, we go over all every week. Germany, India, Germany, Iberia, Russia, Scandinavia, all right? Bolivia, all right? Colombia, what's up? Oh, okay. Hey, you dancing? You dancing? All right, so that's the same manner, right? So, Yasharala, right? Yashar, Allah, Yah, is the way of saying in the nation, right? There'll be no different than saying, it's like saying Israelia. It's like saying Israelia. It's like saying, and if it was like a country, right? We read a while ago. We were reading the book a while ago. You have the Khazars, right? And then they call the people's country Khazaria. They call it Khazaria, right? It's the same thing. The yard of the IA, because what they're saying is, right, with the progressions of languages over time, especially we lost our culture, right? The ya started becoming an I, right? The ya started becoming an I, All right. Okay, let me try Benjamin.
I was about to say, sir. They probably not going to have everybody.
Huh?
They probably not going to call all the nations as an item.
They're not.
That's what we do right now.
What you gotta do is you gotta find out where it's written at, and then you gotta go in the Tanakh where it is, right? So Jew, okay, I'll give you a clue, right? They say this already. They say Yehudi, right? They say Yehudi, right? And that is to say Jew. That's the Yiddish way of saying Jew, right? So the Hebrew would be. Can you see to the top of the board? I know at the top of the board you get a little shiny up there.
Not too up.
It's 2 up? Oh. Okay, 2 up. Ah, your turn. Good boy. Give it to mama. Ah, take it. Give it to mama. Right? So it'll be YAHANNA. Right? Because they turn this Y here into a I, right? Write it in the Hebrew. Yeah. And they write it like that. Yeah. Hawadia. Alright? If I can find it, I'm looking for all the ites. I've got 1,400 results. You know what I mean? But you know, trying to work with what we got here. Alright? So Benjamin, we're going to Judges 19:16.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, where?
Yeah. Numbers 34 and 14.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
14, 35 and 2 is Gadite.
Hold it right there, right? Hold it right there. Okay. So for Benjamite, they got Yamyanya, and you're always see this too. Yamyanya. When I say Yamyanya, I know it's talking about Benjamite. They don't never say the Ben in there, right? But they'll say Banya, Yamyanya. All right. So let me write it down. All right. So let me move lawyer. Let me leave lawyer right there. Let me write it right here. All right. We have a Benjamite. Benjamite. Right? It is Banya, Yamyanya. Banya, Yamyanya. All right? Yeah. That's how I say all the time. Write it in the Assyrian. How does it saw it? Banya, right? Yan, yeah. Right, that's how they write it. That's how they write it in there, right? All right. This one up here is Judite, all right? Judite.
His son, right?
You try to map it out. This is just how they say Benjamin.
This is how they say it, right?
Yeah. You keep mainly this part right here. The Yamyanya, right? But I always see Banya, Yamyanya. All right. Now, what I need to do to prove this is to get 2 or 3 witnesses. I need to find 2 or more places. So I got one right here. This is Judges 19:16, right? So I'm gonna look for another place where it says Benjamin, of course, right? I want a different book than Judges. So we got Samuel's 9:1. Right? 1 Samuel's 9:1. Okay. There we go, right? It doesn't say the banya there. It just says what? Afia, son, man, yamyanya, gabawa, khayal. To say Afia, the man's son of a Benjamite who was a mighty man, was a warrior of strength or power, right? Right. So that's what it's saying here, right? Let me get the direct English right here, right? Okay. So 1 Samuel 9:1 says, Afia, a Benjamite, a mighty man of power. Right. That's what it reads here, right? A Benjamite, a mighty man of power. Afia, right? Okay. And did it say banya? So guess what? I'm gonna take off the banya. Right? So now we're just yamyanya. So that's how you say Benjamite. All right? Kasham, no, don't do that. There's something in his mouth you want to get out of his mouth. Yeah. All right? Good, right? God.
Is it possible that you said that was in Judges, right?
I was in Judges, yeah.
You think that? Well, I know you teach me that, but you think that's probably a buffer?
No. I wouldn't say the buffer, no, because buffer means something to be written after it. Something to be written after it. It's something after it. You're buffering the thing that is between.
Ah, come, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Good boy, Kisham. Good boy. You clean up after yourself. Good. All right. What's next that we need? Simeonite. All right. Simeonite. All right. Simeonite. All right. Write it properly. All right. Simeonite. What's the one they had before?
What two? I got Reubenite and Gadite.
What do you say? Gadia, Rabbania. What do you say? Simeon, Zebulon, Zebulonite. What else we got down here? Zebulonite, Ephraimite.
Put it back.
Ephraimite.
It's Rahabania.
Right. God, hold on. Manassite. Then we have Gadite. We don't know the room on the board. Okay. Gadite. We got 4 more names. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me move this over here. So for Gadite, let's say Gadia.
Gone, sir. And that's in Numbers 34:14 as well as Joshua 1:12. Both of them are in both verses.
And are you looking at it, the Torah too? What are you looking at this?
Hebrew, Greek, and Cyrillic.
You're using the interlinear.
Yeah,
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
all right.
So when I say in the Tanakh,
Yeah.
I'm saying the interlinear,
Right.
Because the Tanakh is in the interlinear.
Come.
All right. So we say Gadia, right?
Come.
Gadia, right? Right. Let me get some more space from these Khazarians because they are separate from us, all right? I don't want our name to be too close to theirs. All right. What else is here? Albania, right? Reubenite, right?
Gotcha.
Reubenite. Reubenite. You'll say Ra Ra'al Ban. Yeah. All right. What's up? Oh, you missed that? Huh? Have a seat, baby, right? Oh, yeah. It's been a long time, huh? Huh? A long time, huh?
I'm sorry, because I'm going to be the one to bring us together.
Yeah, I wish I used to do that silly stuff too.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. It's just natural for a child to. Children know parents are supposed to be together. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, children. All right. What's next?
I found Simeon.
You found Simeon. What did it say?
Shemaiah.
Spell it. Okay.
Shama. I.Naya.
Okay, so we have Shah. I'm writing Asian. I'm writing more than Asian.
Question.
Alright. Oh yeah. And Simeon is what? Shah?
Shama.
Shama. I.
Naya.
Naya.
And that's in Joshua 21:4 as well as Numbers 25:14.
Okay. Shamania. Listen to that. Because the one is to say the one is Shemai one is only to say person, place, or thing.
Right.
So we already know who it is. It's the word Shemai, and then the Na, I guess, is something with a name. There's something going on there. All right. Shemainia, right? Shemainia.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like saying Simeon here. Right? It's like saying Simeon. Simeon Nia. In a sense. Right? What are you saying? We said. Yeah. No, I'm really confused with that. I'll think of the board. But we got Shemaiah.
I was gonna say, ain't Shemaiah a word?
Shemaiah is a word.
That's probably why you put the na there.
To make it not Shemaiah.
Distinction.
Good. I like that. You know what I mean? Okay. What's next? What else you got there?
I'm about to look for Zebulon right now. I just started searching individually instead of listing them.
Okay. All right, that's the best way.
Yeah, because that list was crazy.
Yeah, God.
The heathens. They give it.
You know what I mean? Are we up in the time? I think we're up in the time.
Concert. I ain't seen nothing for Zebulon either.
I could estimate it, but
Right.
I don't want to estimate it. Right. You see what I'm saying? I've seen Manessa in here. I've seen who have I seen? I've seen Ephraimite. I've seen Asherite. Right, there we go. Judges 132. Judges 1:32. Right, so we have Ha-Asharya. Right? Asherite. So now we got something to call a Shagapan now.
Right.
Right?
found Ephraimite as well.
Ashar. Ashar, yeah. Okay, what else you got there?
Ephraimite.
Ephraimite, let's have it.
It's Aparaya.
Okay, hold on. Ephraimite. Say it again now.
It's
It's
Apar. Aparah. Yeah.
Aparathia.
Concept.
Damn, they got the sound here. They're making it difficult now. Now we can't trace nothing. We can't just say, oh, it's gonna be like this. We can't rest it. We gotta look. We gotta make sure we look it up. Man. All right. That what we got so far?
They do the monkey wrench with that one.
Okay. That's right. What else we got here? Hey, Kasha, no.
They want color.
He's like, he ripped it, put it back. Fix it, mommy.
Oh, I thought that was new. This one was it.
Okay, Asherite, Ephraimite.
So this was there's nothing. I see nothing but Zebulon.
What it is, Zebulon got like 3 different kind of spellings. There we go. We got Zebulonite in Numbers 26 and 27.
26 and 27?
Yeah. Yes, Kasha. There we go. Zabah Walania. Right. So, there's the thing, they always put the U's in here. They like to use the U's. Zebulonite. Right? They put the Y before it. Walania. 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 Let me put a little closer up here. Right? Walania. Walania. Right? Walania. Dada. Yeah. All right. So we got Gadia. Hey, you're trying to drag me in there, yeah? You gotta say, come. So Shema wants to teach you Hebrew, yo. All right? We'll say ba'a. You gotta go to school and speak English. All right? See if you can find Naphtali should be easy. Okay, Naphtali might not be easy. Let me see.
I just look for it. You said they got different spellings already.
Hey, Kasha, up. I think they spell it with an A here, right? Naps. There you go. Naphthalite. The tribe of Naphtali, the children of Naphtali. Was there any more questions online? I think there was a sister that question online, right?
Yeah, that's the sister Shatara.
Okay.
She said, why doesn't the Hebrew have any vowels in it?
It doesn't have, okay, vowels. Vowels is something that was created by the heathens. Right? It's something the Lord gave the heathens to make languages confusing. All right, that's why vowels are there, right? So Hebrew doesn't have vowels because Hebrew is not made to be confusing. Right? Ain't no going to school and you're getting bad spelling because you use the wrong vowel in place or something like that, all right? Hebrew is a much easier, simplistic language because it was the first language and it's the best, all right? So there's no vowels in the best language, all right? Okay, who am I missing now? Let me try Isupk.
You want something for Naphtali?
I didn't.
You got Manasseh too, right?
I couldn't find Manasseh. Kasham. We might have to cut it right here. I can't see it's coming across any other ones. I could imagine Isupk looks like it'll be an easy one. Yashikaria. All right. Yashikaria and so forth. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna at this time. We're not gonna estimate at this time. All right. We're gonna use whatever we can prove and whatever's on there. All right. And with that, I pass the class to officer of 500. All right.
Clap it up for the class.
Okay, come.
This is the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the word. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. And Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, I.S.U.P.K. 10% of every penny of every increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for a priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. We have the Feast of Dedication. It's going to be starting off Sunday, November 29th. You understand? Get next to your closest I.S.U.P.K and celebrate the Lord's holidays, man. You understand? And if anybody wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pants, headband, scarf. And with that, go give one courteous salute in the Israel Majid. Majid Shabbat. Majid. Rock. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat. Yachimatah. Saw face the sister. Go give one courteous salute to the sister Majid. Israel Majid Shabbat. Majid. Rock. Yahweh Shema Al-Tham Shem Yahweh. Yajmatah, dismissed.